All right, back at it. Dad advice. So today, looking at the 2012 Kia Soul. Wanted to swap out to get some better low beams. The low beams, it feels like the lights aren't even on at night. So I did swap out the LED. I already did the passenger side. Unfortunately, I don't have a before and after, but I'm going to show you a little bit of taking it out. You can see it's out right here. And then I'll show you what I did. I bought a set of bulbs actually through the Vine program on Amazon, so they were free for me. So I want to monitor them, but it took some modifications to both the housing of the original electrical of the Kia lights as well as the LEDs. I'm comfortable with them where they are, so real quick I'll just show you how I took this out, and then we'll go in there to the modifications and the swap out. All right, so it was easier. So if you see right here, the plastic cover is on there. I have it in the house, so I'll have to put it back in, but it's pretty difficult to get to. So it is fairly easy if you just remove this screw, and then a little bit of prodding, and it does come out. That required a little bit of force right here in this area to get it through this molding, and a little bit over here. I don't think I broke anything, but I'll show you. So right here, the molding requires a little bit of extra, and right here. So again, this one's already back in, good to go. I've got to put that cap back on, but I'm going to pause here, and then we'll look inside to the modifications I did. And by the way, these screws are 10 millimeter, so for easy reference. Here's the headlight assembly removed. Going to undo this cover. You can see the bulb is in there, and then I'm going to have to twist this counterclockwise to get it out. It's going to take two hands, so I'm going to pause it and resume in a second. So I ended up with pliers, but be mindful, you really do have to go counterclockwise, or else you're going to tear that up. So then this piece right here is going to slide out, and that's going to require one modification, and then the LED is going to require another. There's a screw in here. You're going to have to remove that screw. This is going to come out, and then we'll do the mods. So this is the LED piece, and what I found is it wasn't sliding in to the lock or into the plug. So, and I'll do it on camera, but I'm going to snip most of this off to the level, and then on here it's a little bit hard to see, but there's the plus and minus. And on the negative side, I ended up trimming this down. All I did was notch it. I didn't actually take it off. This whole piece I'm going to take off. And then on the light housing itself, in order for it to slide, I am going to trim this knob off and then this piece off, and use that with, I just used some nippers. So do that right here, just like this, and then it will slide in. And then again on the LED, going to do the modification. So I'm going to clip it here. Fairly fragile, just work it off. You can use different pliers also. Now I wouldn't just take pieces off arbitrarily. I would go ahead and do a test fitting first, but I noticed on the first one that it didn't. So again, I'm not going to actually take anything off here. I'm just cutting it. And then when I insert it, it's going to give it a little more room because the fitting isn't quite the same. That was the negative. And then on here, it was, you see the angled part was negative. So slide it on. You can see where it's giving me a little trouble right there. So that's good to go. What I did do, actually I'm gonna go plug it in and double check that it's working. And then I'm actually gonna, the LED kit came with a zip tie, so I'm gonna zip tie right here, and then I'm gonna do electrical tape just to make sure it doesn't come loose later. I'm gonna go do a real quick loose, like a loose dry fit, and turn the car on, see if the LED is working. If it's working, then we'll start buttoning it back up. So I'm glad I did the dry fit. One of the connectors was actually bent, so it's all straightened out now. I'm gonna zip tie it and electrical tape this, and I'll show you at the end when I'm done with that. And then I'm gonna tuck all this into here, and then make sure, if you see, there's a big notch and two small ones. Big notch and two small ones goes straight in and attach the cover. So I'll be back once I've got this zip tied and electric taped, and then I'll show you how to tuck it in and close it up. So here it is. The zip tie is going underneath, just holding it in tight. So I'm going to tuck this all in now. It's definitely easier with two hands. Sorry for that. I'm going to use my right hand. Since I'm right-handed, it's just easier for me. Tucking the wires in. There's a big gap down in here. No, I don't know where I left off, but I'm tucking in, and then gonna align the pieces for the big piece, and there it is. It's gonna go right here, and it's like barely a quarter turn if I did it right, and I didn't do it right. I got the wire underneath it caught. Now I've got it, it's in. Everything is tucked in. The cap, similar, goes the notches. Quick turn. And then I'm going to take it outside and I'll slide it in. Gonna try to do it one-handed so you can see, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. So here it is, the light, and we're gonna slide it, and you'll see that I've got to make sure those line up. But down here again, like I said, it was a little tough on the one. I just kind of pushed it, and I gotta get it. I'm off over here, so I gotta get this situated first, and then that slides in. I'm gonna pause it for a moment and get it in. It's all in now. Putting the two screws on right there, and then attaching the wire harness back. It goes there. I'm gonna have to put the cap on my passenger side because I didn't do that, and then we'll start it up and look at it. Everything's buttoned up. Closing the trunk, the lid, the hood. The headlights are on. We just buttoned it up. They look a lot brighter. Excited for tonight to test it. I think this took me, it was definitely less than an hour. Again, a couple of the little modifications required, but overall, I'm looking forward to seeing what it does. Thanks for visiting Dadvice. Bye.